Okay, this is problem number 8 from ACP Review. What is the equation in standard form of the line that passes through the point 124 and has a slope of a negative 0.6? Okay, so we're given a point and a slope. I think that actually is a good opportunity to use the point slope form. And in this point slope form, we're given especially that m is equal to a negative 6/10. And we also have the point 124 as our x1 and our y1. And it looks like that's all together. Don't want to look like that. So our x1, again, what's going to serve as our x sub 1, and I'll go ahead and make this a subscript. Right, x sub 1 is going to be our 1, and let's let y sub 1 y sub 1 will be our 24. Okay. All right, so what does our point slope formula actually look like? Well, let's go ahead and substitute in the formula using pretty much the information that we're given here. Okay, that was big, and I want to see if I can keep it that size. Okay, all right, move this down here. So let's write our formula: y minus y1 equals a negative 0.6 or negative 6/10 x minus 1. Okay, all right, that's the point slope form. Okay, we can simplify this. Now, we'll do one or two things here. We eventually are looking for standard form. If you look at what the problem is asking for, if I can just draw a line right there, we are looking for standard form. And what does standard form actually look like? From the other videos, you might recall that this is standard form. Okay, that's what standard form looks like. And notice that A, B, and C are integers. Okay, they're integers. So they are not fractions. They're not fractions. And A in particular, and A has to be greater than 0. All right. So those are the two requirements for a standard form equation. Remember, this is in standard form. We want to be standard form. Okay, so standard form looks like, if I can just go and bring it down, it's what standard form looks like. Okay, bring it over. Standard form again looks like that. And so since A, B, C, and D are integers, then I want to get rid of this. I want to get rid of this decimal. Now, one surefire way to get rid of the decimal is to multiply by the decimal place. This is 6/10. I could multiply by 6/10. But I know from elementary school that a negative 6/10. Let me go ahead and let's see. I will go ahead and I know from elementary school that 0.06 exactly is the same as a negative 3/5. Okay, how do I know that? Well, I know that because if I put another fraction, you'll see why. 6/10. Okay. See, negative 6/10 are the same as a negative 6/10, but that is the same as a negative 3/5. So since that is true, what this actually looks like is, let's see what our equation actually looks like. This actually looks like y minus 24 equals, and I need a negative here, negative 3/5 times x minus 1. Okay, so I got a fraction. I can, since this fraction has a denominator of 5, to clear the equation, of fractions, multiply everything by the denominator. Okay, make it so. So to clear the equation of fractions, multiply everything, and I mean everything on the left and the right, by the denominator. The denominator, which is 5. 5 right here. So that's what I'm talking about. So since the denominator of 5, this is what this looks like. So I'm going to multiply. What this looks like is 5 times, I'm going to show, so I'm taking 5 times y minus 24. Oops. Is going to be equal to negative 5. What I do on one side, I got to do on the other side. And I'm going to use a brace here. Okay, or times negative, bring it up in a minute, 3, go down, 5 times x minus 1, and close bracket. Oops, break. All right. To do that, I know that looks kind of complicated, but all we're doing is just using the distributive property. So that gives me 5y minus 120 equals, well, the negative 5 is going to cancel out there, and I'm just going to be left with 3x. All right. Yeah, actually just 3, 3 times x minus 1. Because the negative 5 is going to go away. So I'm going to be left with this. Okay, let's go ahead and simplify. Okay, now I don't want to make a mistake. Let's see, I did multiply it by, looks like I made a mistake of multiplying by negative 5 on one side and 5 on the other. So let's fix that. I should have just multiplied by 5. If I'd done that, then that would have given me a negative 3x here, and that gives me a positive 3 here. Okay, so let's fix that error. Okay, that's better. Okay, now we're good. All right, so it even happens to math teachers. Okay, so let's continue to simplify. Okay, again, we need the, let's remind, before we do the last step, let's remind that standard form looks like this. A, B, and C are integers, and A is a positive number. That's what it means for A to be bigger than 0, okay, in this case. So let's see if we can fix this part. So this means I can, my 5y is already on the left. I want that over there, but I want to get rid of the 120. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 3x to both sides, and I'm going to do it like this. Oops, what is it doing way up there? Okay, so I'm going to plus 3x. All right, I'm going to add that to both sides. I'm going to add a 120 to both sides. And let's do exactly the same thing here. So I'm kind of combining a step here. Okay, see that I'm adding this to both sides, so I'll draw my line there. And what happens is I can't add 5x and 3y. Let's see if I can get kind of, all right, no, that won't work. All right, just want to make sure I have this looking about like I want it to. There we go. So let's go ahead and finish this calculation. 5y plus 3x is just simply 3x plus 5y equals 3x. Negative 3x plus 3x, they're going to cancel out. And 3 plus 120 is 123. And that is, as you can see, this is in standard form. That's in standard form. And that says, since this is our conclusion, that means our answer is, if I could just get like a, oh, let's use that. And so where is that? That would be H.